was watching Ted 2 on her laptop in her and Luna's room one day. She was laughing at the part where the laptop scene where Ted finds a bunch of porn on Johnny's laptop. While laughing, Lori knocked on the door and peeked inside to see her sister Luan on the laptop. It was a Saturday morning at the Loud House, so it was likely any other day at the Loud House. Luna was out with her band practicing, so that would explain why Luna was nowhere to be seen. As Luan turned around, she saw that Lori was the one knocking. "Come in," Luan said, as Lori walked up to her in Luna's room. "Hey, Luan, want to go for a drive today?" Lori asked. "Isn't Lenny going?" Luan asked, questioning Lori. "Lenny has to work today at the clothing store. A worker called in sick," Lori explained. "So I thought we could go for a drive, just for fun." "Alright, let me go grab my things," Luan said. After a couple of minutes of getting ready, Luan and Lori were outside of the house when they got into Lori's car that she had bought when she went to college. Luan, who is 18, and Lori, who's 21, were going to have some bonding time together, since they rarely did anything together. There is a yard sale literally at 8 a.m. and it goes until noon. It's almost 9 o'clock. Who knows? Maybe we may see them, Lori said, as she started driving herself and Luan around Royal Woods, since she and Luan haven't gone to the yard sale in years. This was a real treat for them. "I haven't been to one since I was a kid. Maybe we may find some cool stuff," Luan replied. "And we also haven't had one since the contest we had, instead of who could sell the most stuff. Let's not do that again," Lori said, dreading the time she and her brother and the sisters went on a selling spree at their yard sale. When Lori passed by Flip's house, she and Luan saw that he was having a yard sale. There were some things that the girls would be interested in, so they thought they would stop at his yard sale to see what Flip had. After parking the car, Lori and Luan headed out of the car towards Flip's front yard. "This is Flip, and he's having a yard sale," Lori commented as she and Luan looked at the tables that Flip just had his stuff out to be sold. "Just think of all the things we could get," Luan said, as she found a box of VHS tapes. There were some Disney movies inside along with some horror movies. While digging through the VHS tapes, Luan found Stephen King's It movie, as she really liked clowns, and Pennywise was one of the clowns that she liked. "What did you find?" Lori asked. Luan then showed the VHS front cover of It on the tape box, only for Lori to have a bit of a freak out. Since Pennywise eats children and is scary, Lori was unsettled by the clown on the box. "It's only Pennywise on the box, Lori. He isn't going to eat you," Luan answered while giggling. "Just don't watch that movie in front of Dad. He's scared of scary clowns," Lori replied, as Luan found a clown lamp that would be perfect for her bedroom. "This lamp is swell. It says it works, so I want it," Luan said, as Flip, who noticed Luan and Lori, headed towards them to see what the Loud kids were up to. "Luan Loud, I can give you a really good deal on that clown lamp," Flip stated, getting Lori and Luan's attention. "Yeah, Flip, that sounds good, but Luan is into scary clowns," Lori replied, as Flip then heard his phone ring from his pocket. So when Flip went to answer his phone, he was on it for a couple of minutes. It turns out that Flip's employee had called in sick at his shift at his job, so he had to ask Flip if he could take his shift. After agreeing to this, Flip had a job for Lori and Luan to do. Once Flip got off the phone, he turned towards Lori and Luan. "Hey girls, mind if I ask you a favor of you two?" Flip asked. "Sure, what would that be?" Lori replied, questioning Flip. "I'm gonna take my shift at my job. A worker called in sick. One of you girls could be selling while the other can move my stuff inside. I'll make a bribe that you can't resist," Flip offered. "What's the catch?" Luan asked. "There is no catch. I will pay you girls of half of what you sell at my yard sale, and this is a bonus. Luan can have her own clown lamp for free while Lori could pick whatever she would like to for free, Flip answered. We'll do it for you, Flip. After all, it's the least we can do, Lori said as Flip headed for his car and then drove off to work. After Flip had gone off to work at his store, Lori and Luan were at the yard sale waiting for people to show up. Luan was thinking and looking at the clown lamp. She couldn't take her eyes off of the lamp. Can you get the 1990 movie It VHS tape, Lori? Luan asked. You already have it on DVD, Luan. And didn't you have it on VHS tape of that movie? Lori replied, questioning her younger sister. I did have it on VHS tape until Lola smashed it after being scared of Pennywise ripping Georgie's off in the 2017 remake, Luan said. If it makes you happy, I can get it for you, Luan, but you owe me something, Lori stated. I'll get you a dress from the mall this week. Don't worry, Lori, you can come with me, Luan replied, but then she had a great idea. Lori, I have a great idea. Are you with me on this one? What's the idea, Luan? Lori asked, questioned and confused as to what Luan was saying. Remember the time Flip scared us by dressing up as a ghost face from Scream? Luan replied, as she and Lori both remembered the time Flip dressed up as Ghostface. Yeah, he scared the shit out of us while on our double date with Benny and Bobby, Lori said. Flip took that a prank was too far, and plus, he shouldn't have done that. Yeah, so why not we get back at him with a prank? Luan suggested, to which Lori for once was in with Luan on this one. Let's sell the stuff at Flip's house inside as a prank. I can't wait to see how assert he will be at this. Are you sure you want to do that, Luan? That seems a bit far, but it does feel good, Lori replied, smirking at this as Luan did the same. Want to do this, Lori? Luan asked. Of course I do, Luan. This prank will be a crazy one, but I am on this one for once, Lori replied, answering Luan's question. A customer showed up at the yard sale, so Luan headed over to see it was Mr. Grouse, who was looking at some stuff that Flip had for sale. What are you looking at for, Mr. Grouse? Luan asked, catching Mr. Grouse's attention. Oh, it's you, Loud. Where's Flip? Mr. Grouse asked. He's at work, so he left me and Lori in charge of the yard sale, Luan answered. Now what are you looking for? Get it? Luan chuckled as Mr. Grouse just groaned. Well, I'm looking for a gift for my family, Mr. Grouse explained, then looked around when he found a dresser that Flip was selling. A dresser! This is a perfect gift for my family, but what happened to the drawers? Flip says that the drawers are $10 extra, Luan stated. Charging money for the dresser drawers? That's bullshit! Mr. Grouse exclaimed. Well, Flip needs the money, Luan explained. You can tell Flip for me, Loud, that he could go fuck himself, Mr. Grouse said as he left the yard sale. However, Lori saw everything, and she didn't look too happy about it. When Lori walked over to Luan, she wasn't liking what went on. Luan, you can't be saying that the drawers are, extra like that. That is literally ripping people off. Is that part of your prank? Lori asked, scolding Luan at the same time. I know it may be wrong to rip people off, but knowing how much Flip rips us off a lot at his store, he deserves to have his karma, Luan answered, smirking. You know what, Luan? That is a great idea. I know it's wrong, but knowing how much Flip loves to rip people off, I think we should give him the taste of his own medicine, Lori said, liking Luan's idea. Let's take the yard sale inside when more people show up, Luan replied, liking where this was going. Yeah, it sounds so wrong, but it'll be a great prank to prank Flip with, Lori said. As the yard sale was going on, Luan and Lori had sold some stuff to people that came by to Flip's yard sale, inside Flip's house. Luan along with Lori began to sell stuff inside of Flip's house. When they were all standing by a TV that belonged to Flip, and the person looking to buy was none other than Clyde's parents, Harold and Howard McBride. Is this the TV you wanted? Howard asked his husband. Yeah, we do need a TV since Clyde has a TV in the living room, Harold replied. And sometimes we do watch TV and want to use it when he's using the TV. So an extra TV would help. Yeah, and that would solve all of our TV problems with Clyde, Howard said. Perfect, Howie. So, girls, is this TV any good? Harold asked. It works just fine. It has all the channels you can get, Lori answered. It even gets porno, like X rated channels. Luan said while laughing. Luan, this TV literally does not have any porn channels like the X rated websites ones, Lori scolded. I know, Lori. I was just joking around, Luan replied. I get that sense of humor. So how much did you want this for this TV? Harold asked. How much you want to spend? Lori replied, questioning the McBride dads. Well, we have about $10 on us in cash, but we could write you girls a check, Howard said. We take cash, but it happens to be $10, Lori replied, as the McBride dads took the hold of Flip's TV and carried it out of the house. You ripped them off! That sounds so good, Luann whispered to Lori as she was holding back her laughs. Yep, someone should call us the females Beavis and Butthead, Lori stated as Luann started to laugh. And dumb like those two? That'd be crazy. Luann laughed, liking Lori's pun. A few minutes later, a woman walked up to Luann and asked her a question. She had a stack of china plates, and they looked really nice. Excuse me, ma'am, how much are these china plates? The woman asked Luann. They're $15, Luann answered, as the woman handed Luann the cash before heading off. While Luann was selling some stuff inside of Flip's house, Lori was also selling stuff inside of his house as well. However, Lori was dealing with a customer looking at the table set. How much are the chairs? The customer asked. It was none other than Patrick Starr. The chairs are $10, Lori added. What about the table? Patrick asked. It's $20, Lori answered again. How much for the set? Patrick asked. $30, Lori stated as Patrick handed her the money. Here we go, Patrick said, as with the help of SpongeBob, they both carried the dining room set table out of Flip's house. Lori and Luann had met up in the living room. They were ripping people off as well as selling some of Flip's stuff that was not for sale. As the living room was packed clean with all the yard sale, both girls were counting the amount of money they made. Wow, we made like $800, Lori said as she finished counting the money. And we sure are going to prank Flip with this. He'll think his furniture disappeared. Ha ha ha, Luann added while giggled. If we get in trouble for this, Luann, I'll say it's my idea, Lori said, making Luann look at Lori. What do you mean? You're going to take the blame? Luann asked. Only if we both get in trouble for it. I will. Since Lenny took the blame when we looked at porn on the internet, I am willing to take the blame for you, if it comes down to it, that is, Lori answered. Despite it being my idea, I can handle it. Okay, Luann said, as she and Lori headed back outside to watch the remaining stuff that was still inside the yard sale. After a few more people came by to buy stuff, there were just a few things left, including that clown lamp and the dress that Lori wanted. By the time Flip returned back to his house, it was noon. Well, girls, the next employee came in and took over. How did you girls do on the yard sale? Flip asked. We did a great job on that one, Flip. We sold literally a lot of stuff, Lori said while smirking evilly at Luann, who did the same. Yep, and those sales were way over the roof. Ha ha ha, Luann laughed. Well, thanks for watching the yard sale while I went to go do my shift. Luckily, someone came in to take their shift, Flip said. Well, for you girls selling stuff, I'll give you girls $20 each. As Flip did that, he gave Luann and Lori both $20 each. And as promised, you may keep the clown lamp along with the dress you girls picked, Flip added. Thanks, Flip, Luann said. as she grabbed the clown lamp. Even this clown lamp is swell. Clowns are what I do best in costumes. And this dress will literally fit me well. Well, I sure hope so, Lori added, as as she and Luan both headed back to Lori's car. Once they were inside Lori's car, Luan and Luna and Lori put their things in the car's trunk before heading off back home. After Lori and Luan both left Flip's house, Flip headed inside his house to discover what his furniture that disappeared like magic. He did not know his furniture was sold to people by Luan and Lori, so he just assumed that someone took his stuff. Are you fucking kidding me? Flip screamed loudly in anger. When Lori and Luan got back home from the yard sale, they never told their parents or the rest of their siblings about what they did at Flip's yard sale. And since Flip doesn't know that Lori and Luan sold his furniture inside his house, only just to teach him a lesson for pranking her along with Lori months ago. Since that day, Lori and Luan never did that again to anyone else at their yard sales, and no one knows about their secret.